This is the last photograph ever taken of Brian Shaffer. He is walking into a bar. Every camera in that building captured him going in. Not a single one ever caught him coming out. He was 27 years old. He was a medical student. He was 4 days away from proposing to the woman he loved. That was April 1st, 2006. Nobody has seen Brian Shaffer since. Brian Shaffer was not the kind of person you would expect to vanish without a trace. He was finishing his second year at the Ohio State University College of Medicine. He loved music more than almost anything. He had a Pearl Jam tattoo on his right arm. His MySpace bio read, "I really love music, and this whole doctor thing is really just a job until I get my band together." He had a girlfriend named Alexis, who he had been with for years. In the days before he disappeared, Brian had secretly planned a spring break trip to Miami. He had an engagement ring. He was going to propose on the beach. But the weeks before that night had been some of the hardest of his life. Just 3 weeks earlier, his mother Renee had died after a long battle with a rare form of cancer. His friends wanted to help him through the grief. Spring break was starting. They decided to go out. Brian had dinner with his father Randy at an Outback steakhouse before meeting his friend Clint and Clint's girlfriend for drinks near campus. They visited several bars. Everything was normal. At approximately 1:15 a.m., the group arrived at the Ugly Tuna saloon on North High Street. Security cameras were running throughout the building. At 1:55 a.m., those cameras captured Brian standing near the entrance, talking to 2 women he did not know. He appeared relaxed. He appeared completely normal. Then he turned and walked back inside toward the crowd. That was the last confirmed image of Brian Shaffer ever recorded anywhere on Earth. His friends left around 2 a.m. They could not find Brian and assumed he had gone home. By morning, the worry had set in. Brian had not come home. His car was still parked at his apartment. His phone went straight to voicemail. He missed his flight to Miami. He never proposed. What happened next is what makes this case unlike almost any other missing persons case in American history. Police reviewed every single security camera in and around the Ugly Tuna saloon, every exit, every corridor, every stairwell. Brian Shaffer did not appear on a single frame leaving that building. A retired Columbus detective who worked the case said publicly he was 100% certain Brian did not leave through the main escalator exit. The only other way out was a service door leading to a construction area. Even if Brian had used it, there were cameras covering the surrounding streets. He appeared on none of them. Investigators searched the building from top to bottom. They checked crawl spaces. They removed panels. They searched the roof. Nothing. The river nearby was searched. Dumpsters were checked. A $100,000 reward was offered. It has never been claimed. 20 years later, nobody can explain how a living person walked into a bar full of people and cameras and simply ceased to exist. 5 months passed. Brian's family kept his phone active, hoping he would call. Every day, it went straight to voicemail. Then, one evening in September 2006, his girlfriend Alexis called his number. It rang 3 times. A cell tower in Hilliard, Ohio, 14 miles from Columbus, detected a ping from Brian's phone that night. His phone provider called it a glitch. But cell tower pings are not glitches. They require a physical device to send a signal. Someone had that phone 14 miles from where Brian was last seen, 5 months after he disappeared. Then, in early 2026, newly revealed data showed Brian's phone pinging cell towers around Columbus for an entire month after he vanished. Not once, not twice, for 30 consecutive days. A dead phone does not ping towers for a month. Someone had that phone. Someone was carrying it around Columbus for 30 days. Who had it has never been officially explained, and whoever they are, they have said nothing for 20 years. Brian's father, Randy, spent years publicly advocating for his son. He gave interviews. He never stopped looking. He died in 2008 in a freak accident while Brian was still missing.
For deaths of 5 people in the state of Ohio, and sadly, Randy Shaffer, the father of missing OSU medical student Brian Shaffer, one of those killed on Sunday. He was killed when a tree fell on him in his backyard while he was trying to bring lawn furniture in. Randy, a champion for missing adults, never stopped fighting or looking for his son Brian, who disappeared in April 2006. Randy is survived by his son Derek, who also lost his mother 3 years ago to cancer. Months later, his brother Brian went missing. His grandfather even recently.
He never found out what happened to his son. Brian's brother Derek is the only surviving member of his immediate family. In 2026, Derek said they still think about Brian every single day and hope that anyone with information will finally come forward. Alexis, the woman Brian was planning to propose to, has moved forward with her life. She gave years of interviews and said she never fully stopped wondering what happened to the man who was 4 days away from asking her to marry him. Brian Shaffer walked into a bar at 1:55 a.m. on April 1, 2006. His phone was active for 30 days after he disappeared. A $100,000 reward has never been claimed. And somewhere out there, someone knows what happened inside that bar. They have known for 20 years, and they have said nothing. If you have any information about Brian Shaffer, contact the Columbus Division of Police Cold Case Unit.